Hello and welcome to another week of the weekly support and clarity from Spirit for you. So I hope you've had a good week and thank you very much for joining me. So we're doing this from Monday the 8th to Sunday the 14th of May. So just to let you know how I work. So I work with my guides, all those in spirit who love me, and ask them to come in and give you what you need for the upcoming week and any tips, techniques and exercises that may accompany that. Okay, so just give me a second. Just to mention, I'm running psychic development and energy work courses currently. If you're interested, please drop me a line. If you give me an email, leave your phone number and another contact detail, because I've had a few issues with my email. And also I'll be running a special for a limited time, so that'll be $50 off every 1 hour or more appointments for a limited time. Alright, I'll just seal off, tune in, and we'll get straight into the weekly reading. Okay, it's an interesting one. They're saying if you could spend just a little bit of time each day doing your best to look at yourself through the eyes of somebody that really loves you. So they're saying one of the ways of doing this is to think about the things that they've said, to remember the things that they've said about you that has been really uplifting, really beautiful. Because so often we tend to go back to things that aren't as positive, or things that we feel we may be deficient on, or things that we feel we may not be as good at. And so when you're able to look at yourself from an objective point of view and remember things that someone who really loves you have said to you in a really positive context, it can really spin a different light upon you, and it can really sort of help you to really understand that some of the things in which you may feel are deficiencies are actually things that are very positive about you. And so using this sort of ability to be able to look at things from a different perspective and objective point of view, this doesn't just go for yourself, but it goes for everything else as well, and other people, circumstances, situations. Because when you've got more of a perspective about what's actually going on, it's something which can really help to, give you more information, can help you to really understand things better, and it can really help you to really move through that particular situation, or get the benefit from that particular situation in a different way. And when you're always looking at things through your own eyes, it can make it a little bit difficult. And they just said some of the reason why we have friends, some of the reason why we have people around us that love us, to help give us that extra perspective and to help us to understand ourselves in a different way. Okay, so before I get on with the weekly reading, if you'd like to like, subscribe, comment, love that. I don't always get back to you, but I do read all the comments. And and share me around as well. So if you could hit those buttons, that'd be awesome. Okay, give me a second. I'll just get into Monday. All right, so they just said go with your heart. Go with your heart on Monday. And if you were to look at things through this sort of a filter, say, of looking through your heart at everything that you did on Monday, how would that turn out for you? What would go on? And it's not about doing things from, like that saying, wearing your heart on your sleeve, but it's about really looking at things from more of a loving perspective. Okay, how can I see this from more of a loving perspective? How can I be more loving within this situation? How can I speak more lovingly throughout Monday? How can I act more lovingly throughout Monday as well? So try it out and see what happens, because they're telling me you might actually be quite surprised about how this actually turns out, and how you're feeling and how you get to the end of the day in a different space. Okay, so Tuesday. So, all right, so this is interesting. So I feel like the week's going to be all about different perceptions. So they're saying on Tuesday, if you were to go through Tuesday just acting like everything you did was perfect, no matter what happened, even if you made a mistake, somewhere, for some reason, that was actually perfect. And just sort of take note about what can happen, about how you're feeling, about what goes on. And if you're able to just look at this in this way, going, okay, cool, whatever, I just dropped my drink on the ground, okay. Maybe for some reason I didn't need that drink, or it wasn't going to benefit me in the way I wanted to. That's actually perfect for me. That's okay. Or it gives me the opportunity to go and get another drink, whatever it is. So it's about looking through Tuesday, the eyes of perfection in every way. Okay, so Wednesday. So, all right, so Wednesday is about really being aware of your mental space, really being aware of how you're thinking. And I feel like this is going to come in, especially in relation with work and career paths and things like that. So how are you thinking? What are you saying to yourself? What are you thinking about other people? And how's this actually working for you during that day? Is this something that's actually uplifting you, or is this something that's not uplifting you? And really just being a lot more aware of your mental space and the way that you're acting in accordance to sort of your thinking, and how you're sort of taking information in on a mental level. Just have to, okay, so getting on the Thursday. So Thursday, okay, Thursday is like the child. So this is about, if you were more in touch with your inner child on Thursday, what would happen? What would you do differently? How would you be acting? What would you be saying? And, and it's just a bit almost like sometimes you're not going to actually say or do particular things, but where does your mind take you, and how does that feel? And how does that work within your life? And they're also saying, actually, with all these days, if you could write a few notes, even I text a lot of messages to myself, so just text to yourself using Notepad or whatever. As you're going through Thursday, imagine that you are coming at that from more of a child's perspective, or being in touch with your inner child as you work with that. And how does that make a difference to your day? Okay, so Friday, it's a really interesting weekly reading. So Friday, okay, so Friday is going to be about, this is interesting, that's going to be on Friday actually. I kept checking and they kept telling me that this is what we're doing. If Friday was going to be, one of the last days that you were going to have here, what differences would you make within your day? What differences would you do within your day? How would you treat other people around you? How would you treat yourself? What would you be thinking of? What would you be wanting to do? And how would you want to do these things? If it was going to be your last day on earth, for whatever reason. They're telling me this actually isn't morbid. It's really about you getting in touch with things that really align with you, what you really want to do, things that excite you, things that really help to uplift you and really help you to see the beauty in. And, you know, take a few notes with this. What kind of things would you want to do? What kind of things would you want to say? Would you want to make up with some people? Would you want to forgive yourself? How would that work? And what would come up with that? What activities? Would you get up early in the morning? They're laughing. They're saying, not like David. He doesn't get up in the morning early. But would you get up in the morning and watch the sunrise? And, you know, would you watch the sunset? And, okay, now I know why it was on Friday. They're saying, so with the things that you've written down, choose a couple of things that you're going to do over the weekend for Saturday and Sunday. And pick them in, you know, if you want to prioritize them, you can do that. Or if you want to just pick a couple of things that pop up and then say, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to, you know, really absorb this moment and what's actually going on like it is, you know, the last day that I'm here. And, you know, what would you really want to get out of that, and how would you feel? And what kind of energy would you put into it? You know, they're talking as well about, you know, what's really important to you and what kind of things would really satisfy you for those days. Okay. Yeah, really interesting reading this week. So I want to thank you for joining me. And if you'd like to have a reading, counselling, NLP, kinesiology, energy healing, I do lots and lots of different things, mentoring and a whole lot more. So if you would like that, or a house cleansing as well, starting a house cleansing subscription. If you're interested in that, please let me know. All the details are below. And remember, have a beautiful week and take care of yourself. Okay, bye-bye. Hey, sweetie. Brahma Bang Bang's come to visit me. Hey.